Hey guys, it's Hannah. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be planning out my December bullet journal spreads in my bullet journal. This is the last month in this bullet journal. That blows my mind. This year has gone so quickly. The theme for this month is Slytherin House. All you Slytherins, if you've been waiting, here you go. The theme is green, gray, keys, silver, all Slytherin things. So let's get right into it. First off, on the left side of the spread here, I doodled a vintage-looking flying key, like from the first book/movie of Harry Potter. I got the inspiration for this key from a picture on Pinterest. I'm pretty sure I just looked up vintage key and tried to copy some of the swirls because, quite frankly, I wasn't sure how to even start drawing a key. It got all caught up and confused in my mind. And then I added some wings so it looks like it's flying. Then on the right side, I used my Tombow Funosuke hard tip brush pen to hand letter Hello December in tiny little lettering. And then later I'll go in with a couple different green colors to do some cool wispy dots to make it look magical going through this lettering on the cover page. For the green dots here, I am using the Jewel Collection Calliograph dual brush pens from Archer & Olive. They're pretty new, so if you haven't heard of them, I really like them because they have a small tip brush pen on one side that I'm using to do the dots right here, and then on the other side they have a bigger brush tip like from a Tombow pen. I use that later in this Plan With Me, so you'll get to see that. But I really like these two variations of green, and I got them from the Jewel Collection, which I will link all of the supplies that I'm using down in the description box if you're interested. I decided to go in with a dark green drop shadow on this flying key here, just to give it some more dimension and color and make it look like it's kind of flying or popping off of the page. On to the calendar spread. This calendar spread is a bit different from the past month's calendar spread that I've done. Usually I do a really big calendar that takes most of these 2 pages or the full spread here, but this month, since it's December and I will only be in school for the first 2 weeks of the month, I don't have a lot to put on a calendar, so I decided to do a little mini calendar in the top left corner of the spread. Here is the bigger brush tip of the Calliograph pen if you're interested in it. I think it's a little bit firmer than Tombow dual brush pens, so for a beginner these might be a little bit easier, plus they come in beautiful colors, so again, it's totally up to you whether you think that you would like these brush pens, but I personally really enjoy them, especially the colors that come in the Jewel Collection. For the calendar itself, if you're interested in the dot grid spacing, I did 4x4 dots for this spread. I do have a B5 sized notebook, so if you have an A5 sized notebook and you do 4 dots by 4 dots, it will look a little bit bigger simply because your notebook is smaller, so take that into consideration if you decide to use these dimensions. Here is the return of the little mini key doodles. I think, and this might just be my opinion, But once you see all the little dots drawn, I think these kind of started to look like mermaids or some kind of really odd shaped fish. I'm not sure, that might just be my imagination because they do have wings, but I think they look a little bit like fish or like under the sea mermaids or something, especially because of the little dots. They could look like bubbles, but I don't know. In my head, I wanted them to look like flying keys, not like they were swimming, so I hope that comes across. This right side of the spread, again, since I don't have that big massive calendar that I would usually do, I decided to include both a dates section right under the calendar and also a month at a glance spread where I just write all of the days of the month right below each other, and if a really important thing is happening, I'll write it on the line consecutive to the number of that day. I wanted to include some washi tape, scrapbooky looking little things at the bottom, and since I don't have a gray washi tape, I'm just using my Tombow dual brush pen in gray. I believe the number is N55 if you're curious about the shade of gray. And then I used some green grid washi tape and I drew some more little dots here and there with those green pens. These spreads are kind of like my December content consuming spreads. So on the left side here, I have a December playlist of 24 songs that I'll be listening to during December. Most likely all will be holiday/Christmas music, forewarning. And on the right side of the spread later, I make a movie list full of Christmas movies as well, I bet. If you guys have any recommendations of songs or films that I should watch during the holiday season, definitely comment those down below. I do look at the comments and I do respond to you guys. I love striking up some conversation, so if you do have any recommendations, please feel free to leave them down below. For my movie list spread on the right side, I decided to do some more film rolls. I did do something similar to this in my November Plan With Me for the Red Taylor's Version album launch. I did like a little movie theater old film roll type thing and I really enjoyed it. So here I'm recreating it in little strips, and for each of the little sections of film, I will write a movie that I'm going to watch or that I have watched, and I will cross it off, and I think it's a super cute idea. I finished drawing all of the compartments here, I filled in the excess white space around them with 2 different shades of green, and then I added some more dots at the bottom of the page, and that is it for my movie spread. On the left side here, we have a gift planning spread. I stamped out gift planning as the header, and then I made 4 different boxes, one for each of the different sections of gifting I will be doing this holiday season. We have family, dogs, friends, and then I included a little box for me at the bottom. I promise that I don't get much for myself around the holiday season, but I do like to treat myself, especially when Black Friday deals happen. I don't hold back and refuse to buy myself anything. So that's why also it is the smallest box, because I am all for giving things to others and finding joy from that. But also, I don't think you should miss out on a good deal, even if it's for yourself. For this right side, I included a little quote page. I couldn't resist doing a Christmas quote for one of these quote pages. I'm using that N55 color Tombow dual brush pen to write out, "Have yourself a merry little Christmas." I do hope you guys have Merry Christmases out there if you celebrate Christmas, and if you don't, I hope you have an amazing holiday season either way. Moving on, this month I decided to include a YouTube content ideas spread just for me instead of a brain dump. The way I sectioned this spread out with both a space for December content ideas as well as January is really good. I think it's more helpful than just a blank brain dump spread, because for these weeks that I have off of school during the holiday season, I really try to utilize it and film as many journal videos as I can so that I can be ahead for the start of the new year and not be stressed about creating a video every single week. So it's really nice to have some space where I can plan out videos and plan out the dates that they will go live, days that I'll film it, that kind of thing. So I really like the way that I did this spread. For this quote page, the quote that I stamped out is, "I don't care who's doing better than me. I'm doing better than I was yesterday." I really like this quote because I think it's so important, especially nowadays, not to compare yourself to others, whether it be how good they are at bullet journaling, or how smart they are, or how athletic they are. I think everybody is on their own journey, and it's so important to just only compete with the version of you that you were yesterday, and only try to be better than who you see in the mirror today. For my weekly spread for December, I decided to do a pretty simple column layout just because, again, December isn't a super busy month for me, so I don't need a whole lot of space. The most space I needed was at the top, where I created just a blank area for stuff this week and next week. I think that's a lot better for me when I'm not super busy than trying to allocate everything to a certain day of the week. This brings us just about to the end of this December plan with me. Before I show you guys a flip through of how all of my spreads turned out, feel free to comment down below what your theme for December is. I'm really curious to know if you guys followed this Harry Potter series with me, or if you did something completely different. Here is a flip through of all of my December bullet journal spreads. Like I said earlier, I seriously do think this is one of my favorite themes. I know I probably say that every video, but I also feel like I'm constantly getting better at bullet journaling, so it's not a lie if I say each one is my favorite, because in truth, they probably all are. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos from me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!